Welcome to the Monday Night Raw recap, where we recap all of Monday Night Raw. The show started off with Randy Orton coming out to get an answer from John Cena. Cena would join his illustrious new group, apparently that Orton is building, and John Cena would come out and respond to Randy Orton and tell him that he will never join a stable, especially a Randy Orton one. And Randy Orton told him, rethink your answer or else we'll beat the living daylights out of you and we'll injure you, make you go bye-bye and all this and that. And John Cena just said, stick it up, straight up your candy ass. And John Cena rejected the offer from Randy Orton. And later on the night, it would prevail that something crazy would happen to John Cena. So our first match of the night came by the Divas, Natalya versus Kelly Kelly, which was a pretty solid matchup between the Divas here. Kelly Kelly and Natalya, the Divas champion, who will be facing Eve at Extreme Rules. Natalya was able to pick up a win by way of the sharpshooter, which is her pattern move. So she picked up the win against Kelly Kelly and was a Bravo match, pretty good match, big win for her. And she was talking about reviving the Divas division when she was interrupted by Ted DiBiase and Maurice, who had a match up next, and they just told Natalya she didn't deserve it. She didn't look like the Divas champ. So this would lead into our next match right here, a mixed tag team match between Ted DiBiase and Maurice versus Eve and Brett DiBiase. The winner of this match will come down by the Divas. Eve able to make Maurice tap out by way of submission, sending a signal to Natalya right there that I can make you tap out. Brett DiBiase, another win over someone of his brothers, kin. Our next match was John Morrison and Alberto Del Rio versus Alex Riley and Sheamus. This match right here has two different feuds going in the mix right here. So it was a good match. Alex Riley was being dominated most of the time. But you would see right now that Sheamus, once he came in, he went straight for that bro kick. And next he tried to do his patented finisher. But no, Alberto Del Rio is smart enough to make the arm bar come in, the arm crossbar, whatever the hell you want to call it, to make Sheamus tap. Big statement by Del Rio right there. Big win for these guys right here. These guys picked up a huge win against Sheamus and his partner, Alex Riley. These guys celebrating the victory. Big statement by Del Rio telling him, I can make you tap like nothing. And then John Morrison would have an interview where he talked bad about Alex Riley's mom. Riley didn't like that, and bam! Alex Riley came after. Next one would be tag team action. Huge tag team match right here between Perfection against AJ Styles and Juan with #1 contendership for the tag team championships at Over the Limit. It would end by way of count out thanks to Arn Anderson. AJ Styles distracted. Perfection picks up the win. They will be going to Over the Limit to face the tag team champions. Big win for them. And after the match, AJ tried to pick up Juan, and Juan told him, you know what, screw you, I'm done with this. You screwed me over, you son of a biscuit. You didn't heed my warning. And after that, Mr. McMahon would make an announcement that we would have a new general manager announced to Raw by next week, which is going to be huge, huge news here on the WWE. So next match would be R-Truth versus Daniel Bryan. These guys will be facing each other off with their tag partners at Extreme Rules in a ladder match, which should be fun. Last week, remember, The Miz picked up a win over William Regal. Will Daniel Bryan be able to tie that little single series up? You would think so, but R-Truth said no. He's got that big corkscrew kick, whatever. And R-Truth will pick up the win. R-Truth picks up the win. And is this really meaning something right here? Change of wins. And then Juan had an interview. And then AJ had his back by knocking him down right there. AJ telling him, I'm not going to take crap from you like this. And after that, we had the title celebration. The new unveiling of the classic Intercontinental Championship came back. And while Riley Sparks was talking, someone felt he should make an appearance, and it was the United States champion, the Celtic Warrior, Sheamus, who wanted to congratulate Riley Sparks and wish him luck, but Riley was a little bit more offensive. He wanted to have a fight with Sheamus, pretty much. You could tell. He was making cracks at Sheamus, and Sheamus was like, okay, man, you want to start something, I'll kick your ass and all this and that. While they had this little thing, they kept talking about the peace out of here and all this, and then out of nowhere, Del Rio and Brodus Clay attacks Sheamus right here. Big sign by Del Rio, the #1 contender for the U.S. Championship. Attacks Sheamus. Riley Sparks, Brodus Clay, and Del Rio just walk away and leave Sheamus in the ring. And that was some bull crap right there by those guys attacking it. And next one, we would get ready for a match between Sin Cara and Michael McGillicuddy. David Otunga telling him, okay, this is if you lose tonight, strike two. And we'll see if he lost tonight, which would be against Sin Cara, the man that pinned him last week here on Monday Night Raw. It should be fun right here. So Otunga, McGillicuddy, and Sin Cara. Here we go. This match was fairly quick right here. After it looked like Otunga was going to be a big factor, Sin Cara able to make Michael McGillicuddy look like a full. Sin Cara would pick up the win. Big win for him. Now it's just what will happen to McGillicuddy. Our next match was tag team action with Epico and Primo took on the Usos. This right here was a beautiful tag team match, a long tag team match, but it was beautiful nonetheless by these guys, these young guys. Right here, it looked like Epico would pick up the win for his team. It looked like he had it all set. But right here, this Uso brother tells him, I got you. You're not going to beat us. And right here, he picks up the win for the Usos. The Usos pick up the win. The managers were both sent to the back for interfering too much. And right here is where the managers just... Right, they must have had some heated exchange because we didn't hear the words they were saying. But right here, bam, Rosa Mendes goes on the attack. But Tamina Snuka says, I'm a diva. I know how to kick ass too. And they would be separated by by Kelly Kelly and Alicia Fox. And then next would come in the match before the main event, Tyson Kidd versus Yoshi Tatsu, which was one phenomenal matchup by these two young guys trying to make a statement to the new GM that they should get more airtime here on Monday Night Raw. And they had one hell of a match right here. Tyson Kidd able to hook up the submission known as a sharpshooter, and just when you thought Yoshi was about to get the ropes, he just couldn't make it, man. He tapped out by the pain. Tyson Kidd would pick up the win. Big win for this young kid right here. And at the end, showing a sign of respect to Yoshi Tatsu, which I guess we weren't expecting to see from Tyson Kidd. Big nice guy right here from Tyson Kidd. And next after that, we come after our break. We find John Cena in the back, almost being ran over by a car, which is crazy. But, it's number one suspect, Randy Orton. That's pretty much it. Next, we would go to our main event of the night, CM Punk Triple H. Winner takes on Brock Lesnar at Extreme Rules. Either way, CM Punk wins, he gets to face him off for the WWE Championship. If Triple H wins, he gets to face Brock Lesnar for control of the WWE COO position. This match would be big, beautiful, great match between these two guys. If you haven't seen it, go watch it on Monday Night Raw. But CM Punk right there with that roll-up right here where it all came down. Triple H was coming down. He was coming into it. The zone. He was looking for that other pedigree. So many pedigrees. It looked like CM Punk should have just died after the first pedigree, but CM Punk able to make the game tap out. And right when CM Punk was celebrating right here, celebrating himself, celebrating the win. He's going to Extreme Rules to face Brock Lesnar. The number one contender came out and decked CM Punk with the table. He kept hitting him. Triple H still up, and he tried to help him out, but Brock Lesnar demolished CM Punk and Triple H, man. As you're seeing right now in the footage, Triple H needed this was just terrible. These guys gave it all they had, though. They didn't go down fighting. They didn't stay down. Brock Lesnar demolished these guys, and Brock Lesnar sending a huge message to CM Punk and Triple H that this is his WWE and he will rule as the king here in the WWE. This is his show. This is all his. And Brock Lesnar right here hitting this F5 that closed out the show right here. CM Punk, just look at that. Punk was just done right there. These two had just had a brutal match, and thank you for watching the Raw recap. Can't wait to see what happens next week.